Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about Iron Ark accessories. Iron Ark is the new raid that has just come out in Korea, and these accessories have some major changes which are very nice. So for this example, we will look at the Blade Master first to explain what the changes are, then I will go through the entire list from Archer all the way down to the Warlock so that you can see what the accessories buff for you. So you'll notice when I click on the Blade Master folder over here that there are only two accessories. There's an earring and there's a ring. However, as we know, Blade Masters have 3 different specializations. So what they've done is they've condensed all of the specializations into one accessory. So you'll see what I mean here when I click on the ring. Dragon Tongue damage, Awaken Dragon Tongue, Hone Slash, Awaken Hone Slash, Slice, and Awaken Slice damage. All of their multipliers are stuck onto one accessory. So now we only need to have one accessory, equip it, and whenever you switch your specialization, it'll immediately have its buffs activated, which is very nice. So at the current patch that we have, if you want to switch specialization, you have to unequip your accessory, you need to get a Moonstone Crystal or Elysian Crystal, and you need to switch it to whatever specialization you're playing as. However, with the new accessories in Iron Ark, this basically makes it that you only need to level up one accessory to stage 10, you keep it on, and you just press K, switch your specialization, and you're good to go. So it's very nice to have just all the specializations, all the buffs stuck onto one accessory, so we don't need to do all this inventory management and waste materials and all that jazz to just switch our accessories to fit the specialization that we want to play as. So this is the biggest change that has happened. Obviously there's the actives, which are the same as every new raid accessory. Basically whenever you crit or whenever it activates, you get some focus regen, you get more mystic damage and stuff like that. So these accessories are very strong, and they're a lot more worth it than those power stones in the video that I made 2 days ago. Those take like a year to 2 years to get, and a lot of you guys said in the comment section is probably going to be a trove item in the future, which I can see definitely happening. But these accessories on the other hand is a lot more obtainable. As long as you can defeat boss 1 and boss 2 in Iron Ark, which is no easy feat mind you. I hear that Iron Ark you need like 4.5 million to 5 million sustained DPS to even defeat it. So it will be a very difficult task. However, if you're able to do it, you will be able to get these accessories relatively quickly and you won't need to wait a year before you can get these. And these accessories are definitely very strong. However, I'm sure you guys want to see the stats for your specific class's accessories. The TLDR is it's a TT accessory, but like supercharged. It's going to give you a lot more stats than a regular TT accessory, and the mystic damage is percentage based now. It'll give you 5% more mystic damage instead of TT's flat 200 mystic damage, which is actually quite a lot, especially if we're at that stage of gear. In order to clear Iron Ark, you will have a lot more mystic damage, and that 5% is actually going to give you a lot more damage than a flat 200 mystic. So as usual, all of the timestamps will be left in the description below if you just want to jump straight to your class and see what the heck your accessory buffs. This is definitely something much more attainable compared to the power stones. However, you will need to have a lot of damage in order to clear Iron Ark. It took Korea quite some time to clear it. However, then again, we will be able to watch the guides and see how they do it, so we won't be going in blind like how they were. So without further ado, let's go through from the Archer and work our way down to the Warlock. So this is the Archer's Earring. The Archer Earring will increase your long shot damage by 18%, rapid shot and awakened rapid shot damage by 22%. This is actually quite a lot. As for the ring, it's going to increase your dart and awakened dart damage by 18%, wind bolt and awakened wind bolt by 18%. Blade Dancers will be Sunder and Awakened Sever will be increased by 18%, Flicker, Awakened Flicker increased by 18%. As for the ring, Rolling Typhoon and Awakened Rolling Typhoon increased by 7%, Lightning Flash and Awakened Lightning Flash increased by 7%. For Blade Masters, it's Lunar Slash increased by 40%, Lunar Slash increased by 40%, Falling Stars and Awakened Falling Stars increased by 28%. So the difference between the first two, even though they just say Lunar Slash, is obviously because Fire Spec has Lunar Slash and Lightning Spec also has Lunar Slash. So these do not stack on top of each other. You do not actually get 80% more damage on Lunar Slash. It's because it's for each specialization, one for Fire and one for Lightning. As for your ring, it increases your Dragon Tongue, Awakened Dragon Tongue by 7%, Hone Slash and Awakened Hone Slash by 8%, Slice and Awakened Slice by 21%. For destroyers, Wrath increased by 12%, Eradicate and Awaken Eradicate increased by 12%. The new skill for 3rd spec destroyers increased by 18%. As for destroyer rings, it's Mighty Cleave, Awaken Mighty Cleave increased by 12%, Gale Force, Awaken Gale Force increased by 10%, and again Destroyer 3rd spec, new skill increased by 18%. For Force Masters, Blazing Wall increased by 12%, Ice Beam increased by 12%, Dragon Char and Awaken Dragon Char increased by 8%, Arctic Blast and Awaken Arctic Blast increased by 10%. Earrings for Gunners will be Quick Shot and Awaken Quick Shot increased by 12%, Dark Shot and Awaken Dark Shot increased by 12%. As for the ring, it's Unload Damage increased by 12%, Bullet Storm and Awaken Bullet Storm increased by 12%. Remember, Unload Damage is for Fire Gunners, Bullet Storm and Awaken Bullet Storm damage is for the Shadow Gunner. But don't get those two mixed up. A lot of people get these two mixed up quite often. Next is KFMs. Burning Fist, Awaken Burning Fists increased by 10%, Cyclone Kick, Awaken Cyclone Kick increased by 10%, Twin Palm and Awaken Twin Palm damage increased by 28%. As for Kung Fu Master Earring, Tremor damage increased by 40%, Roundhouse, Awaken Roundhouse damage increased by 10%, Motor Fist, Twisted Metal, and Titan Surge increased by 43%. So the tremor over here, that 40% is huge, huge, huge. Just keep in mind that this will not apply to PvP. In PvP, they have their own modifiers. So even though it does say that it increases it by 40% here, do not expect it to apply directly in a 1-to-1 ratio in PvP. Soul Fighter Earring is Cobalt Punch, as well as Awaken Cobalt Punch increased by 12%, Right Punch and Awaken Right Punch increased by 12%. As for the ring, it's Dragon Fury, Awaken Dragon Fury increased by 12%, Dragon Fury and Awaken Dragon Fury also increased by 12%. Again, this is for the Ice spec and the Earth spec. Here's the Assassin Earring, it is Dark Strike and Twin Fangs increased by 10%, Heart Stab, Awaken Heart Stab increased by 10%. And again, there's the 3rd spec Assassin, new skill plus 18%. I don't know what that is. As for the ring, it is Heart Stab plus Awaken Heart Stab increased by 7%. And then these two skills, I don't actually know what they are. They weren't translated. So one's plus 7%, the other's plus 13%. Next up is the Summoner. Summoner Earring is Thorn Strike plus 12%, Thorn Strike plus 8%. Again, this is very similar to the Blade Master, where the first one is Wind Specialization and the second one is Earth Specialization. So you do not actually get 20% more Thorn Strike damage, it just depends on what specialization you're playing. If you're playing the Wind Specialization, then you'll get 12% modifier for your Thorn Strike. If you're playing Earth, you get 8% more damage on your Thorn Strike. As for the ring, it's Rumblebeast, Awaken Rumblebeast increased by 8%, Sunflower and Awaken Sunflower increased by 8%. Next is the Warden, so Bloodstorm increased by 12%, Sword Salvo increased by 12%. As for the ring, it's Blade Fury and Awaken Blade Fury increased by 8%, Sonic Strike and Awaken Sonic Strike increased by 12%. And last but not least, we have the Warlock. Warlock is Bombardment and Awaken Bombardment increased by 12%, Dimensional Volley and Awaken Dimensional Salvo increased by 12%. As for the ring, it is Dragon Call and Awaken Dragon Call increased by 7%, Dragon Helix and Awaken Dragon Helix increased by 7%. That covers all the classes as well as their accessories. And again, if you guys have any questions, do let me know in the comment section below and I'll try my best to answer them. I'd like to thank Biscuit for providing all this information in an orderly fashion so that I could present it to you guys in a video format. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to cover in this video. Hopefully it was useful. If it was, I would appreciate a subscribe, or if you want to go the extra mile, please consider becoming a member. Speaking about members, I'd like to thank Kevin, Zillintex, Overgamers, Yatogami, Arisoya, Gonzola, Jeremy Chen, Nyana, Pearl Style, Lina Ren, Toots McGee, Solar Hero, SD Sintu, and Key for supporting the channel. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! What can I say except you're welcome, for the heels